Your 10th fight of the night, your main event, professional mixed martial arts scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Red corner, weighing in at 185 pounds, fighting out of Team Rock, North Carolina, with a record of 12 wins, 7 losses, 1 knockout, Johnsonville, North Carolina's own, red corner, Rhomez Brower. And growing up with this guy on the south side, he was the one that beat everybody up on the school bus, but he would stop as long as they submitted. Blue corner, weighing in at 185 pounds, fighting out of X3 Sports and LA Boxing, with a record of 6 wins, no losses, undefeated, from Grantville, Georgia, Tom Nguyen, blue corner. This is the moment you've waited for. Thanks for coming into Wild Bill's Fight Night 12. It's the main event. Let me hear you scream. Yeah, come on.
All right, we're back here at Wild Bill's Fight Night 12 on Comcast On Demand. I'm your announcer, Dave Oblas, matchmaker for the event here at Kyle Maynard, and we're about to get going for the main event here.
This is going to be another pretty spectacular fight. Last fight we saw an amazing knockout and a pretty big upset, but one like we said. This will be a test too for Tom. Rhomez coming through here is the guy's an animal. I've seen him fight Matt Masterson. He's fought guys like Gideon Ray, Ed Herman, some tough veterans of the sport.
Yeah, Tom Nguyen's the undefeated fighter, the local favorite. He's 6-0, but Rhomez Brower has 20 wins on his record, 12 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw. So he's got coming in with a world of experience.
You know, in almost every fight that Rhomez has fought, he's ended in knockouts. But it'll be interesting too with Tom's background, you know, being a fantastic boxer and he's not a bad grappler. Guy's well-rounded. I think really that from fights that I've seen before with Rhomez is that he's got to go out there and make a count with the cardio. Coming in here with, wow.
There's a big slam by Rhomez
big slam.
right there.
Tom's able to keep him in his guard, pretty neutralized. He's working those overhooks to keep those hands down. If Rhomez can posture up here, he's going to do a lot more damage.
I just wish Tom had a more exciting ring entrance. He's just kind of boring over the years watching him. He's definitely got personality.
He's got a lot of personality. One of the nicest guys you could talk to, too. Yeah. Fantastic guy.
And we have no choice but to plug his website. It's MrTechnique.com. That's MRTechnique.com.
Did he threaten you with a boxing sparring match with that?
He designs my website, so I got to give him props.
Tom's working for some up kicks right here. Rhomez trying to keep him down. It's going to be a dangerous position for both fighters. Rhomez trying to come down, working these straight punches. Tom's got to pull him back into his guard, try to pull him down, or try to push off those hips and get up on out of there. Rhomez is a strong guy. In this first round I've seen him in, he comes out with a flurry.
And this fight here is for the National Fighting Championship Southeastern Middleweight Championship. It's 185 pounds, so the winner will be going home with the title.
Wow, good transitions right there. Tom was able to retain half guard. Caught up in the ropes a little bit. Looks like we're going to bring him back up.
Yeah, it looks like the ref didn't know if he was going to bring them up or not. There's a little delay there.
Bringing them back down in the same position that they left, as is the custom with the sport. Rhomez still working from the top position here. It's a lot easier to score points from up top. Tom's got to find a way to be able to get up and escape. Either that or he's going to have to drop this round. Right now he's just thinking about minimizing this damage. These shots landing a little bit, not too much. Rhomez has got to be able to get up, posture up, and create more space, or try to push on one of Tom's legs and pass to a more dominant grappling position.
Looks like Tom almost got out there, but Rhomez's skill kept him down there. You can tell the experience level Rhomez has.
Rhomez coming in with so many fights, it's easy to come in and try to smother him. Tom with plenty of professional bouts, both in boxing and mixed martial arts, but you know, you never know. When you come in against a seasoned veteran, a guy who's been in there in every position, that just makes it tough. He's got to be careful here, leaving his guard open, his half guard in that position. He's trying to come back in and retain it. Looks like he's going for a little bit of a butterfly guard. Keeping these overhooks, or underhooks rather. Holding Rhomez down. Rhomez isn't able to do that much damage unless he can posture up, break Tom's grip, and come down right into some heavy shots. Tom's poised here too. Both of these guys are experienced enough. They've been in this position plenty.
Have you ever trained with Tom, Kyle?
I haven't had the chance to train with Tom. I do know him and his wife pretty well. They're phenomenal people. He's trained all over the place. I believe for this last fight, he was training primarily with X3 and LA Boxing down in Peachtree City. He's trained up with Hardcore Gym with Adam and Roy, I believe, quite a bit, and all over the place.
And Rhomez Broward from Johnsonville, North Carolina, trains with Team Rock over there.
Team Rock's actually got some top guys. I'm not positive, but I believe they're associated with Renato Verissimo. He's one of BJ Penn's primary jiu-jitsu coaches. Can't quote me on that directly, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, Kyle. I've never heard of Team Rock. And since you are on TV, you were quoted.
That's true. That's true. I'm used to being on the other side of the mic, though, and
looks like referee Andy Foster is stepping the two fighters back up. This is probably an advantage for Tom as he is more dominant in stand-up.
Definite more advantage for Tom. Tom was able to survive, though, on the ground. Neither of these guys really have nice body shots with Tom. Neither really expressed too much of a superiority in either position. Rhomez has solid stand-up, too. Look for him to throw a heavy right hand. He's ended plenty of fights like that.
Right when you said look for it, he threw it right then.
Coming back with a kick, another heavy right. Body shots by Tom. If he can work that, he can definitely slow Rhomez down.
10 seconds left.
Both fighters want to end this with a pretty big flurry, but I believe just with the advantage of being on top, this one might go to Rhomez.
I've got to give this round to Rhomez. I had to give that one to Rhomez, just dominant position most of the round.
It'll be interesting to see how this progresses on, though. You got Tom is looking to be in some of the better shape that I've seen him in. He's not a guy that naturally looks as always that cut or that ripped, but he's got tremendous cardio. I think he'll be able to do well in the next couple rounds. Rhomez's cardio is a little bit more suspect. We'll see what happens as the fight continues.
Tom's got work in his corner Kevin Giedermeyer, pretty popular fighter here in Atlanta. Also James the Black Plague Thorpe, another undefeated super heavyweight here in Atlanta.
Yeah, these guys are some of Atlanta's best. It's great to see the sport growing so much here. I think that this Wild Bill's Fight Night has been something that's helped out a lot, create awareness, and I mean, you see, and consistently, thousands of people showing up to watch the fights. It's great to see that the exposure of the sport.
Yeah, some guy named Forrest Griffin's here tonight. I've heard of him once or twice.
Forrest Griffin was actually the guy that got me involved in training into the sport right off the bat, just by watching him and seeing, how inspiring he is and how much heart he has. I think the sport can show that heart. We'll see it later on in these rounds. Flying knee by Tom. Wow. Nice duck under with that shot. He's looking for that right hand now. He's looking for it, able to avoid it. That's that boxing experience. Oh, big knee landed by Rhomez.
I think Tom's corner told him he had to come out. He was down one round. He had to keep the fight standing. He came out with a flurry in the opening of the second round right there.
He should be able to do it. He's doing a good job here, pummeling, working these underhooks. He doesn't want to have Rhomez get in that same position to take him down. Rhomez is, he's comfortable standing on his feet too in every fight that I've seen him in against. Could have heavy elbow there. Block, knocked him a little bit.
Looked like Rhomez was a little dazed right there, but I didn't see anything big land, but he just looked a little bit off for a second there.
These guys are going at it.
Tom's
landed some flush body shots.
Yeah, Tom's been landing a lot of body shots.
See a little bit of swelling and a little bit of blood over Tom's right eye. Wonder if that's going to play any factor going in as it continues. Doesn't appear to be that big of a cut, but he is bleeding a little bit now. It's more of a mental thing, I think, than anything else, though. When you start to see your blood, it turns a different intensity. Heavy body shots, too. He keeps working that hard.
Big leg shot almost took Rhomez Brown there. Another big leg shot.
Nice. Coming at him with a flurry.
Tom is definitely winning this round so far with the stand-up action.
Tom's putting the pressure on him. Rhomez has got to be thinking he's got to take him down. He's just working that right hand. That's it. That's all he's throwing right now is that right straight.
Rhomez landed a big head kick, except he knocked himself down.
I think Tom was able to block most of that with his forearm.
I've never fought before, but I don't think that's a good move when you knock yourself down with a head kick. And Tom Nguyen takes Rhomez down to the mat.
both of these guys have got to be comfortable going in any position in this fight now. I mean, that's just the evolution of the sport, is you see guys that are pro boxers, and world-class grapplers coming in here. They have to have every facet of the game. It used to be that you could only have guys with, solid striking and other guys with solid grappling. Now you have to have a combination of both, and we're going to see that here.
One thing Tom Nguyen always said was he's not the biggest guy, he's not the strongest guy, he's not the fastest guy, but he's always worked on his technique. Hence the name of his company, MrTechnique.com. That's one thing he always wanted, was the technique.
He's showing it. No, definitely. That boxing that he exhibited right there was beautiful. It goes to show that a guy that, Tom is, he's in phenomenal shape. But like I was saying, he doesn't have the same physique that Rhomez does, but technique can dominate in every position. That's why you see a lot of fighters without, the ripped bodies like BJ Penn and all that go out and dominate bigger, stronger fighters, just because in every situation, I believe, technique will prevail. Especially in jiu-jitsu, you don't necessarily need to be the biggest guy. I'm about 130 pounds and grapple with guys 200-plus pounds all the time.
I agree. Chubby guys are the best. I'm chubby.
You wonder, too, we've been talking a little bit about Rhomez's cardio. It's been his problem in the past. He's a strong fighter in that first round, but I think Tom he's got a lot less left in the gas tank here, and Rhomez is going to be in trouble unless he can dig deep and find something left.
You can hear the crowd booing a little bit right now for them to be stood back up, but Tom Nguyen is still doing a little bit of work from the top, and there's no reason for the referee to stand them up just yet. No,
he's doing some work. As soon as Tom decides to stop, his guard's open now. He's landing some shots. Rhomez is doing a good job of neutralizing a lot of it. Hasn't taken too much damage here, but Tom is still being active. As long as the fighter's doing what he can to either pass the guard, open up those legs, and pass around to a dominant grappling position, or strike down, then really the fight shouldn't be stood up. But I think the crowd's cheering for a knockout. They know it's going to happen with one of these guys if they go back to their feet. Both of these guys have exhibited knockout power. Tom's here in a cross-side position. He's able to stay, keep his chest pressure down.
Can't Tom get a bunch of knees off to the stomach right now?
He can. When you force those knees, though, you're forcing yourself to create space. Whenever you create space in the grappling, Rhomez can slip his knees back in and retain that full guard position where you saw his legs were wrapped all the way around him. He does. That's a position where as soon as you're able to work to flatten your opponent out to that cross side, you can land some heavy shots. And he's going to become more and more active here. See him throwing some elbows. The more comfortable he gets in this cross-side position, he feels like Rhomez isn't going to roll him one way or the other and reverse the position.
We've got 10 seconds left. I think Tom Nguyen has easily won this round here.
Yeah, I think we're going into an even fight, which makes it an exciting third round. These guys have got something on the line here. There's a belt on the line.
Yeah, there's a belt on the line going to the third round.
5 minutes left.
Who's in better shape and who wants it more?
Sitting in the corner here, it's a big test to be able to draw that strength together, to be able to come back out in this next round and be able to exhibit that same dominance in Tom Nguyen's case in the second round. Rhomez in the first. They both want to come back out and replicate exactly what they just did. Take this victory.
Would you rule that a 10-8 or a 10-9 round? I know 10-9 standard, but if Tom Nguyen dominated from bell to bell, would you call that a 10-8 or what does it take?
No. The only way to really effectively come to a 10-8 decision is when I believe the fighter has to be in a position to have the fight nearly stopped, and it doesn't quite go that far. Rhomez, although he was being beat pretty badly there, that round wasn't necessarily, he's never in a position where a referee was going to stop the fight. Had he been cut a little bit more, seen some more damage, then it would have been a 10-8. But I definitely rule that 10-9 in his favor.
I've only seen locally land a 1-10-8 round. That was a couple years ago when James Thorpe fought Jerome Smith. The third round, they gave it to Jerome 10-8, and that's the only one I've ever seen firsthand.
You really have to exhibit a lot of true dominance to, it involves a lot, getting the crowd into it, screaming. There's different things going to influence these judges' decisions.
Well, the third round was Tom Nguyen keeps it standing. It's his advantage. Rhomez takes the ground, his advantage. Right now, Rhomez got Tom to the ground, and if he can keep it like the first round, he's got a chance of winning this title belt in this fight. So we'll see what Tom can do.
Yeah, Tom's got some time left, but he really needs to start thinking about right now that he's got to be able to Got to be able to come up here. He's in a half guard position, so he's in not that much trouble. If Rhomez is able to pass through his legs, get that other knee up over on Tom's stomach like he's trying to work here. He's trying to swim that leg through Tom's. If Rhomez can get to a mounted position, that could be bad for Tom. Tom needs to get up and get out of there. Tom's probably, in all likelihood, hoping for a stand-up. Rhomez isn't really doing that much from the top. We might see ref stand him back up, or Tom will do it on his own. Some knees. Rhomez in that exchange. These guys are going at it. Oh. Trip, takedown. Rhomez is scoring these takedowns, but he's not doing that much with them yet.
Rhomez's corner told him he had to take this fight to the ground. In the third round, you could tell that's exactly what he went out to do.
No, it's got to be his game plan. He knows that, you know, it might not be the crowd's favorite decision. You know, last fight we had a huge KO.
He's landed a couple big rights on Tom right there over the ropes. He just landed 2.
You hear the crowd cheering for Tom. He's definitely, you know, hometown favorite to get up and out of here. People know that if he's laying on his back, he's not going to be able to score this round. He's not going to be able to take it. Ideally, he wants to finish the fight, but the likelihood of doing that from his back is not as much. Triangle attempt right here. He's trying to kick off the chest, get up and get away. Rhomez is able to stay on top of him. That's exactly what Rhomez wants to do. Both of these guys look like fatigue's definitely starting to set in.
Yeah, every second Tom sits on the ground is another second he's losing this round. He's got to get up and he's got to do it now. There he goes right there.
He's trying to. He's got to kick off the hips and be able to stand back up. It's risky, but you have to take that risk right now. He's got to be able to open up his guard. It's the only way he's going to be able to escape.
You can see his corner, Kevin Giedermeyer, just yelling at him one thing: stand up.
He's got to stand up. Stand up. Got to go.
And his shorts are falling down. You got to love that.
You know what, though? I don't even think it's really affected them or facing them. These guys are in a zone. They want this, both of them bad. You see him slug it out right here. This is going to define this fight.
Tom is looking for the big left hook. You can tell that's what he's looking for.
Yeah, he's landing that left flush. He's got to have a little bit more in the gas tank. Got to put their hands back up. Both fighters are dropping their hands. Big sign of fatigue. It's hard after you've thrown so many shots in the fight to keep on going.
There's probably about 2 minutes left in this fight right now, and Tom Nguyen has to win these next 2 minutes to be in this fight. If not, Rhomez Brower's going back.
These guys have got to step it up right here and dig deep. You know, sometimes when you're training by yourself, you know, when you're running, swimming, pushing yourself that way, training for these fights. Well, we about had him land on top of us, Dave.
Yeah.
Are we insured?
I don't know. You block him. I'm running like a girl. That's about 370 pounds of muscle coming on one of us, and it ain't going to be me.
Rhomez has got him in the corner here.
You can tell Tom's just exhausted.
Tom is exhausted, but Rhomez is too. It's really just a test of will right here. What I was saying, you know, when you're training by yourself, you can't, you know, really find that strength, I don't think, like you can when you have somebody else pushing you, when you have somebody else hitting you in the face or, you know, beating you in this, you know, in the ground or wherever. Tom has to keep it on his feet, has to land some more shots. This round it could go either way right now, to be honest. Tom's landed a little bit more shots on his feet, but he's lost these takedowns. And I hate to see those takedowns be the...
Yeah, it depends how the judges look at it. I mean, Rhomez took him down twice, really did nothing when he took him down. Tom's landed more aggressive punches than he has. 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left in the round.
I think it can go either way.
Could go either way. We could see definitely a split decision right here.
Rhomez is looking for the third takedown. Doesn't look like he's going to get it.
Rhomez landed a little bit with that second takedown, but you know, that's about the only damage that was done this round. Both these guys fought their hearts out.
You can tell both guys are just exhausted.
Either way, I mean, that's an experience to grow from right there. You can't discredit either of these guys for going out and fighting. Anybody that's pushed themselves like that for 15 minutes, unbelievable.
Tom wins, the right eye's all busted up. Rhomez a little bit injured.
Both these guys have been through a definite war of attrition. Ideally, you really don't want to leave it in the judge's hands, either fighter. Tom holding his hand up, expressing that victory. Rhomez doing the same thing.
ProCare ambulance service.
It'll be interesting to see when it comes down to the judges.
Give them a round of applause. Thank God we didn't have to use them tonight. Thanks for being here, guys.
Great fight with both guys. Getting checked out by the doctors, and soon we'll get the decision from the judges. Looks like it's coming into the ring now.
DJ Dwight, Bill Pot up there in the box. Thanks, Dwight. Appreciate you. Gary Stone running the video and all of his crew, and Cal Farr for assisting me. Special thanks to all these people making it happen tonight at Wild Bill's. Again, these fights can be seen on Comcast On Demand. Tonight's fight brought to you by Steve Mutters, Full Throttle Entertainment, and Dave Oblas, Undisputed Production. Dave Oblas in the ring with the belt. Special thanks to our Hooters girls doing a fantastic job. Main event, let's hear it for both these fighters. It went the distance. We have a vacant belt on the line. National Fighting Championship, the Southeastern Middleweight Champion. We'll ask our referee to bring both fighters into the center of the ring. Came down to a decision. Judge A saw it 29-28. Judge B, 29-28. Judge C, 29-28. It was a close one. The belt goes to the red corner from Johnsonville, North Carolina, Rhomez Brower, by a judge's decision, who will receive the Southeastern Middleweight Champion belt. Rhomez Brower, now with a record of 13-7-1. Just his first loss ever in Ultimate Fighting. Let's hear it for Georgia's own Tom Nguyen, blue corner. And your winner, Rhomez Brower, red corner from Johnsonville, North Carolina.